And it is hilarious. You have never seen the likes of people in a pontoon boat slinging big old swim baits, 8 and 10. It's hilarious. One cast, $100,000. Think about that. One bass, $100,000. Or 20 and 15 and 10. That's a lot to think about, and that's what I'm thinking about. I'll be right back. They call it the Big Bass Bash. Now, there's several like it around the country, I think, now, and this particular series is, I believe, on Lake Ozarks. They have one at Grand Lake twice a year. $100,000, the biggest bass weighed in 2 days. And I think it's $20,000 for second, 10 and 5, not to mention hourly money, a bunch of places. And basically a 3.5 to 4 pound bass will pay about $150. There are special prizes for a straight up 3 pound bass, a straight up 4 pound bass. There's another special variation to give people a chance to win their money back. They draw for a Phoenix bass boat. Every entry in this thing gets a entry into the drawing. I mean, it's a big deal. And it's this weekend at Lake of the Ozarks. And I'm having a hard time with it. First off, I could say it's not my bag, baby. But why isn't it? It's just bass fishing. I fished it 2 years ago, and I fished it in the spring. And let me tell you what, it was not enjoyable. You have never in your life believed you can see so many people bass fishing on 60,000 acres of lake at one time. Other than your very first cast of the morning, your very first spot, you're fishing used water, and there's no way around it. I'd go into a cove, and it was fish were trying to spawn and getting ready to spawn. I'd go into a cove and think, man, I got this myself. There'd be 8 boats come out around docks before I got in there. More come in behind. It was a steady train of folks fishing. Kind of plays with the mind a little bit. And the worst thing about this whole deal is I fished that tournament for 2 days, pretty much the full 2 days. I did not weigh in a bass. It took 4 pounds to win every check, every hour, at least the first day. And I never weighed a bass. Kind of hard on the old ego, which my ego has been shot dead for years anyway. But it just takes that one cast. Folks, I don't know about this Big Bass Bash, but I do know for sure, I gotta do this, my Solarbat sunglass plug. Greatest sunglasses I've ever seen in my life, so far above others, and they're not as expensive as some of the others. They're winding up their end of summer sale right now. 30% off, site-wide, including scripts. For every $98 you spend, you get a free hard case and a free pair of safety glasses. You know what? Safety glasses are a handy thing to have. And if you use my promo code, and this is all in that link down there below the video, down there somewhere, it's under the description. It is, I checked. If you use my link and my promo code, Dale V, capital D, capital V, Dale V, you get free shipping. Folks, give them a shot, give them a try. Heck, it's not too late to start thinking about Christmas. It's not too early to start thinking about Halloween. Anyway, they're great sunglasses, great folks. Give them a shot. Can't beat a good pair of polarized fishing glasses for your health, safety, and to help catch some bass. So there are several things keeping me from being interested in fishing this tournament, derby, whatever you want to call it. For one thing, we work weekends when we make a living. I would miss Sunday. I'd be very tired, probably Saturday night. Whatever. I've fished tired, worked tired. We've got help, and that's probably the least of the issue, but I always feel guilty not being at work and not being at work on a Sunday. Sometimes our best day, our most consistent day. That's my guilty conscience steps in. Secondly, and this is going to seem trite to a lot of folks, $200 entry fee. I'm not rich. I ain't never been rich. When I was rich, I didn't know it, and we had children. But we've been spending a lot of money on a lot of things, not for fun lately. And truthfully, $200 is a wad of cash just to go fishing, and maybe not do any good and have to face that again. Which that's two reasons. I'm just. My wife says great. My wife doesn't care. Now it sounds like whatever. My wife has never cared about fishing. She hated when I quit fishing back in the day. She knows I'm happier when I'm fishing. $200 is a lot of money. Thirdly, it ain't my thing. Is it? I've caught a lot of big bass. I've caught big bass on my tube thing here at Lake Ozarks just this year. I've caught some good bass. I know as much about bass fishing on this lake at this time of year as anybody else that's going to be in this thing. Anybody. Nobody's got more experience than I do. Is that a plus or a minus? Especially if I go out there and fish for 2 days and don't weigh a bass. Yeah, I'm working over too much in my head. All my buddies say go. My wife says go. My boat don't say go. My boat needs some things done to it, and I'm running out of time. Actually, I'm going fishing in the morning with my buddy Mike. We'll catch a bunch of bass and maybe talk about this a little bit. He thinks I ought to fish it. He don't know why I'm not. And it's not that $100,000. It's me and the fish. It's what it's always been. I've been back to this for 2 years, fairly serious, and it's me versus those bass, and they've been getting the best of me. And fall is not my strong suit for catching big bass. That being said, I know how to do it. I know how not to do it. I know what not to do to catch big bass this time of year, and that's fish like you're in a tournament. Can't do her. Not at all. And I wouldn't. Does that make any sense at all? Pretty nice weather here in central Missouri. Actually, it's hot. Not hot like August, but mid-80s. It's going to be another week of this, so that's going to change some things. These fish are not in their fall patterns, which they hardly ever are till November anyway. Been out in some, been working on vehicles. Does any of y'all look like that after working on a vehicle? That's my wife's Navigator the last 2 days. Change the coil, then change the plug, and then change all my truck while going. Walk away bleeding. Does anybody else? I know if you're over 50, 60 years, I know you do that because I cannot believe how thin-skinned I've got. Not about bass fishing. I hope not. So I'm going to go fishing with Mike in the morning. Is the plan. He kind of sprung it on me, and I'm good to go. Everything's caught up. Enough. Got bait orders, but I got some things I got to wait on. But yeah, I got baits going out in the old bait lab. We'll talk about it some, I'm sure. I just don't know. Just go fishing for 2 days would be nice, but responsibilities, money, got stuff to do to the boat first. Dadgum, I'm going to find all the excuses I can find. It's just fishing. Well, if I do go, I will take y'all along for the ride as much as possible. That could be interesting. This camera has cost me bass before. I have a tendency to try to leave it on as much as possible, but to turn it on when I catch a fish, and that means throwing slack at a bait, throwing slack at a fish. I ain't doing that. Would not let that happen. But I'd take you along anyway, talk about what I was doing, how it was going, talking to other people. Hey, just seeing all these other people, because this fall is not as big as the spring, okay? But there's going to be a bunch of folks. And it is hilarious. You have never seen the likes of people in a pontoon boat slinging big old swim baits, 8 and 10. It's hilarious. It ain't just bass fishermen. Everybody's out there trying. I mean, slinging a big, like surf rods. It's freaking hilarious. They got just a good chance at catching a big one as I do. I have to read over those rules. I don't know when the entry deadline is. The early entry was the other day. Man, it shouldn't be this hard. I should just go fishing, shouldn't I? Hope you guys are getting to go fishing. Let me know what y'all are up to. If any of y'all are fishing the Big Bass Bash, let me know. Maybe I'll give y'all my secret stuff. God bless y'all. Peace out. We'll talk at you soon.